Oh, hey Nick, man, we lost you a minute ago. What happened, man?
Yeah, I had a bad connection, man. I got cut off, but
It,
I'm
it's
back.
all good. Well, we left off you asking about the volatility software. Did you have any other questions with
No, I think I
Bitconnect
got to
or?
see that because you were able to put in how much you what how much money you put in, and then you were able to calculate it to see what the profit will be over 30 days or the life of the loan,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Now also just giving you a little pointers on the website. The website is, I mean, I like the website. It gives you some information on a one-stop shop to me. Like if you go
Mm.
home, I mean, and you keep scrolling down. I mean, I don't know if anybody noticed, but it tells you about what's going on in Bitcoin. All the most important news which you want to kind of know about. I kind of play around with watching the Bitcoin news first. I knew about the North Korea allegedly mining Bitcoins with coal, but you read up on them, and then I'll read most popular. Everyone knows about this Ethereum hackathon that's going on in October. That's going to be in Canada. I think it's out in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. But man, you've got to really check out. Actually, I may have to do a video about that. But I may have to do a video about the my Ether wallet. This, like, when you get really deep, I don't know your knowledge of the cryptos, but when you start looking at ICOs and stuff like that, um, and using a wallet or something like that, I mean, that comes in very handy. I might have to do a video on that. But anyway, back to did you have any other questions or
No,
anything that you?
I've been kind of hearing about some of this other stuff like Litecoin, and you mentioned Ethereum.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you
So
explain those a little bit?
yeah, my I'm not a techno guy, so my explanation is always going to be in terms of money and business. So um, basically, Litecoin is kind of like a silver coin to Bitcoin. So think of Bitcoin as like being the king, and Litecoin is kind of like I wouldn't say the queen, but kind of like the jack in the card. It's there, and it's very serious, but it's like the jack. And what I mean by that is everybody uses Bitcoin, but the thing is with Bitcoin is when you do a transaction, like if peer to peer is fine, but if you do a transaction and send Bitcoin to somewhere, it can take an hour, or it can take a couple of hours to get completed and hit your account or whoever's account. Now the thing with Litecoin is supposed to be like jet speed. If Bitcoin takes 2, 3 hours or whatever, Litecoin is supposed to be like 5 to 10 minutes or something like that. So Litecoin is supposed to be really fast to get the transaction done. So that's how I look at Litecoin. So I think personally, I like Litecoin. Um, I think they're doing a lot of things, but that's Litecoin. I think you mentioned Ethereum. So
Yeah.
Ethereum's a little bit different where I look at Ethereum like, how can I explain it? Ethereum is kind of like a software that makes things so much easier for all the businesses. And it's like the leading competitor for this software to make things so easy that you kind of always want to go through Ethereum versus trying to go anywhere else. That's the that's my breakdown of it. So it's also very serious and is a very reputable. I mean, they're top five. They're like maybe third or second in terms of market. Oh, you know what? If you don't know about market cap, check out this site. It's called Cryptocurrency Market Cap, and this tells you about all of the tokens that's out there in the market.
Okay.
Y-
Crypto. What is it?
It's
Cryptocurrency.
called Cryptocurrency. Well, the site is coinmarketcap.com, but what I'll do is I'll leave this and the other one in the description so you know where to go. Um, so it'll be easier. I'm sorry I didn't have the website showing, but Like I said, I'm kind of new, so I kind of cut something off probably, but that's something I'll learn. But yeah, if you go to here, you can do a lot of stuff with here. Like I said, when you get deeper in investing and you look at them, this is about this is Ethereum. So let's say since you mentioned Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum today has dropped like 6%. This is the chart for it. I like to generally look about, I go about a month usually. I kind of look at the trend, candlesticks if you're, looking at technicals, but I really judge off a 7 day. You can see this has been jumping, but it's steady, but it could go down a little bit. This could have been I wouldn't say a head fake, but could even go up. But you got to read up on news too. When you hit markets, this is the markets that sell all of it. Um, when you look at social, this is kind of like tweets that's talking about Ethereum that you can read up on. And the good thing with this is if you click it, it'll take you to a website generally. So when you're invested in something, you'll even read this, but when you're invested in something, I don't know if it's like you, but you know how like you would research it. So it's good to use this to research and look up so many different companies, especially when you're invested or you want to get invested in them.
Okay, cool. That looks good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you one more hint too. When you're on there, if you hit this change button, it'll show you the percentages of each ICO of how much is done within the day. So when you start researching some of them, you'll know some of the good ones like EOS. I do like EOS. It was, bottomed out. Steam is good too. I mean, some of these are doing actually pretty good. Tether is like a bootleg US dollar. And here's Bitconnect right here. Bitconnect is doing really good. It's at $127. Um, it's doing really good. I mean, I remember when it was about $90. It was a great time to just load up on it. But like I said, I like to go 7 days. Trend is like it's gonna keep going up. So it look like you probably invested at a good time, man. Um,
That's
but yeah,
new to me.
yeah. So did you have any other questions or, you can always send me an email or something. I appreciate you actually going live, man. I think we've been on for a little while, but um no, I appreciate that, man. This is the first time me doing this. So, I mean, no, I like this. I hope I gave you some information unless you had any other questions. I'm definitely open to it.
Yeah, I mean, for now, I think I'm good. Unless there's anything that you feel like just some key advice that you might want to give a newcomer, but right
Yeah,
now, I'm just taking my time and trying to learn every day.
yeah. So if you see, like, one thing I would say is like, since you've used YouTube and I mean YouTube, oh my God, since you've used Coinbase and you did the buy the Bitcoin and sent the Bitcoin to Bitconnect, and doing that part, I would say honestly, that's actually pretty good what you did. Um, but I would play around with um you must have traded before, but yeah, you know what? I would say play around with maybe buying and selling small amounts on GDAX at limit positions so that way you don't get charged a fee just to feel it out. And if you're gonna invest, I would stay in the top in those three right now and get your feet wet. Start doing some research. Start searching around for YouTubes. That's really good, and subscribing some channels. Um, I think the Worldwide Crypto Network is really good too. They keep you up to speed every day. They're like CNN, but yeah, that's what I would do at first. And like I said, even like since you're in BitConnect, I'm telling you, once you start gaining some interest and some money, you're gonna get deeper and wanting like, hey, I'm gonna want to learn more. So that's what I would do for starters, man. Definitely.
All right, sounds good, man. I appreciate you taking the time to walk me through some of this stuff.
All right. Well, cool. I'm just gonna go out with the music because that's what I tend to go out. Everybody knows me to go out to some music. So I appreciate you calling, and like I said, definitely shoot me an email if you have any issues. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right.